Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan if you're new here, and I am a homeschool mom to 6 kids. And today I'm actually going to be sharing with you the homeschool read alouds that we are going to be doing for the 2021-2022 school year. Now, around here, we love to listen to audiobooks in the car. The kids love when I read to them. We just love a really, really good book. And so if that is something that you love to hear more about, as far as recommendations and things like that, make sure to stick around to this video, subscribe, because there are lots of other videos where I share what's in our morning basket and what we're reading each month. And make sure to check out the playlist below, because today I am actually the host for this collaboration, sharing read aloud choices for the upcoming school year. There are lots of mamas joining in, and I'm sure you are going to find some good books to add to your list. So make sure you check that out when you are done here, and let's get started. Now, I actually get a lot of questions about read alouds. I am planning on making a few follow-up videos to answer some of those questions, but today, like I said, I'm going to be sharing some of the choices that we have for this school year. Now, if you are new to my channel, you probably have not seen my video on what our curriculum is for this upcoming school year. I will link that playlist down below, but spoiler alert, we are actually going to be using My Father's World, their 4th cycle, which is focusing on history from 1850 to modern times. Now, My Father's World is a Charlotte Mason inspired curriculum that has a lot of literature that goes along with it, not quite as much as what Sunlight does, but it also has a lot of focus on things like missions and missionaries and things like that, which makes me super excited. So this basket right here actually goes in this space behind me on our homeschool shelf, which I actually showed in our homeschool room tour video recently. But all of these are the books that we are supposed to be reading this school year. Now, I do have all the hard copies of all of these books, like for example, like Farmer Boy and Sergeant York and all of those different books. However, sometimes we may read a chapter or two. Then if we are going to piano, we will listen to the audiobook using the Scribd app or the Libby app from our library. We will use one of those 2 apps to listen to maybe 2 or 3 more chapters as we are driving to piano, and maybe 1 or 2 more chapters on the way home. And then switch back over to the book for the next chapter or 2 the next day. So that's kind of how our read alouds go. People ask me a lot, how do you get them all done? When do you do them? That kind of thing. We actually just play them in the car, read them at home, that kind of thing. So, so that's how we get them in. So these we'll be reading and also listening to. And if you want to see what the rest of these read alouds are, you're welcome to check out the video that shares all of the look inside of our My Father's World curriculum. But there's some really good ones in there. Now, as far as our other read aloud, like our fun, like what's in our morning basket kind of read alouds that I have actually chosen for this school year, the first one I'm going to share is actually one that was on our list for this summer. This has been on our to read list for a while, but I finally got it to do as a summer read aloud, and we didn't quite get to it. So we are going to be reading The Year of Miss Agnes. We're probably going to start our school year with this. We're year-round homeschoolers, but we do have an official start date where we go full on back into full steam school year. And so this will probably be the first book that we get into when we start here pretty soon. Now, the next book on my list is actually from the Precious series. So this was actually recommended by a dear friend of mine, Wendy, over at Plan Prep Pray. Her family loves these books. Now, I think they listen to the audiobooks of these quite a bit, and when I saw this on Book Outlet, I actually got this one and another one. We're going to start with this one as an actual family read aloud, and then I have the other one on our shelf back here. So if the kids get interested in it, then one of them might want to pick up the next one and read it for themselves. But it's kind of like a mystery that is set in Africa, and it just sounds like a lot of fun, and we are going to read this one. So it is Precious and the Zebra Necklace, and I will link all of these books down below if any of them sound appealing to you, so that you guys can check them out and choose them if you would like. So I have had this on our shelf for a long time. There are a lot of books that when I see them and I remember them from my own childhood, then I will pick them up. And so this has been on our shelf for a while, and it looked like such a good one to read during like fall, moving into winter. I thought it would be really good, but it's called Miracles on Maple Hill. So I'm excited about sharing this one with my kids. I always like to look for read alouds that would be great with the different seasons that we're moving into or that we are in. So I chose Miracles on Maple Hill. Okay, so the next one we will probably also do in the winter, because looking at our history, I think it's actually going to line up with World War II, and this takes place in Germany, or no, it actually takes place in Norway. Nazi troops actually parachute into their village in Norway and hold them captive, like their town captive. And so this sounded like a really good one that my kids, my boys especially, probably will get really into, and sounds like a great one to put when we are studying World War II. So, Snow Treasure. All right, and the next one, this one we will probably read. I'm trying to think. I think I had this one for fall, like October-ish, I think is when I have this. October or November, one of the two. So this one will come before we read this one. So this one is Winnie's Great War, and it takes place during World War I, and it is the story behind Winnie the Pooh and how that kind of played a role in the Great War. So I'm really excited about this one. There's actually a picture book version of this book. I think it's going to be a really easy read just based on how it looks. I'm sure that my kids are going to absolutely love it because we love Winnie the Pooh. And so, and my boys are really into like World War I and World War II. So I think this is going to be a really, really good one. So that is on our list for this fall. All right, so another fun one. I haven't decided where I'm going to put this one, but my kids love the Muppet series. So if you're looking for a really fun book that's kind of zany and fun, and we love the Muppets. It's a really, really good one. It's excellent on audiobook. But the Muppet series is great. And so to go beyond the Muppet series, we are going to be reading Ginger Pie. I got this one in a book haul, I think back in May or April. I can't remember. And so I'm really excited about diving into this one this year. So Ginger Pie, just as a little background. So if you've read the Muppets, or if you haven't, you could probably just read the first book and still have enough to go on to this one without reading the whole Muppet series. But Ginger Pie is actually their dog. There's a sequel to this that is Pinkie Pie, and it's about their cat. Eleanor Estes is an amazing author. She's one of my favorite children's authors. So anything Eleanor Estes, you're probably gonna love. So the Muppets, if you've never read it, and then, like I said, we are doing Ginger Pie this year. One of the book selections I forgot to mention to you guys that we are doing this year, I actually got from Mary over at Homegrown Learners, and she recommended this book very, very highly. It's called A Place to Hang the Moon, and it is actually a newer book. So this book actually takes place during World War II in London during the time when they were evacuating the children to the English countryside. And there is just so much to this book, more than what I just captured in that little part there. But anyway, so I think this will be a really great one. I may just do it with my two older boys. I don't know. I'll probably read it first before we do it as a read aloud, but this was one more read aloud I was going to share with you guys. So that is the read alouds that I am sharing with you guys today. Not very many today because it gives me room to choose more. Like I said, we listen to a lot of audiobooks, so even if I don't have the hard copy of certain books that might come up that we want to read, then I can pull them off a script and we listen to them in the car because we are going to piano every week and ballet every week and anywhere else every week. So audiobooks are a great way to get in those read alouds. So I hope that you found something that interested you, that you might want to pull into your homeschool this year. I will be sharing probably more ideas for read alouds, picture books, anything that I put into our morning basket. My plan is to share our morning basket every month, just like I did this past school year. So if you are looking for ideas for that and just for some great reads that especially line up with history from 1850 to modern times, then you might want to make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on future videos. Make sure that you check out the playlist with all these other mamas and their read aloud choices as well. And I hope you guys have a blessed day.